Hello and welcome to Electric Bike Report. My name is Pete and this is the new IZIP E3 Peak from Currie Technologies. I'll go through the details of this bike and then I'll have a full review at electricbikereport.com. So the Peak is a new hardtail electric mountain bike from Currie Technologies, and they're speccing out the mid-drive system here on this, and this is the Trans-X mid-drive system, mid-drive motor, and they've also got this 48 volt 8.7 amp hour lithium ion battery pack that's also mid-mounted here on the frame. So what that does is it provides a lot of the weight, the heavier components like the motor and the battery, focused on the center of the bike and pretty low. So that helps with overall handling of the mountain bike, and that's pretty important for when you're riding on technical terrain, so that it's easy to maneuver the bike around. So while we're taking a look, let's check out this 350 watt mid-drive motor from Trans-X, and what they've got is that motor is powering into the cranks there, and then what you're able to do is actually switch the 9 speeds on the back here with the SRAM drivetrain. That's the X7 9-speed drivetrain, and what that allows is that the motor is actually powering through all those gears on the bike. So what that means is you can climb pretty much any hill, and the bike will actually go up to around 28 miles an hour. So it's pretty impressive. It really makes the Peak a pretty high performance bike. And then also, let's just take a look here. This is that 48 volt 8.7 amp hour lithium ion battery pack, and it's also mounted there on the frame and pretty low. So just overall the focus is on providing a high performance bike that's pretty well balanced. Okay, let's look at the handlebar area here, and first of all you'll see we've got this large LCD display here on the Peak, and what that provides is information like your speed, your current speed. You can cycle through and see you've got an odometer, your trip distance, and then you've got range, and this is actually estimated range. And what that does is it takes your current battery level, which is right here, and the pedal assist level that you're in, and it will calculate how much range you have left. Now the cool thing is, so when you cycle through, say you go to level 2, you've got 29 miles of range left, level 3 is 25 miles, and level 4 is 16 miles. So those are the different levels of pedal assist. And you can see that level 4 is pretty high power because you're getting 16 miles of range. If you go down to level 1, you got 33 miles of range. So quite a bit of difference there. And the way to cycle through a lot of that information is here on the control pad, which is on the left side of the handlebars. So you got your plus and minus, which are for the pedal assist levels. This information button cycles through the different speed, trip distance, or odometer trip distance, and all that information. You've got the on-off button here, and then also you've got the backlight button right there. So when you're riding at night, you can actually turn on the backlight, and it actually has an ambient light sensor here on the display, so it'll automatically turn on the backlight when you're riding at night. So let's take a look at some of the other components on the handlebars here. You got the Velo lock-on grips right here. And this is the Tektro hydraulic disc brake lever for the front brake. And then on the other side, you've got the rear brake lever there. And this is the SRAM X7 9-speed rear derailleur shifter. And then this is the twist grip throttle, which will help you up to 6 miles an hour with or without pedaling. But then because this is a pedal assist bike, this will basically add boost to the lower assist levels. So that's pretty handy if you just need a little bit of help going up the hills. And then finally you've got the Velo lock-on grip there too. So to smooth out some of the bumps in the rough terrain, this is the RockShox XC30 suspension fork. It has 100 millimeters of travel, and you can also see that lever there on the side. That's actually the lockout. So if you're riding on the roads, mostly smooth roads and such, you can lock the fork out for a little more riding efficiency. And then on the front here, this is the Tektro hydraulic disc brake, 180 millimeter rotor there on the front, and then same thing on the back here. You can see this is the same Tektro hydraulic disc brake there. So provides a pretty good amount of stopping power, especially when you're riding at 28 miles an hour. So the Peak is using the new 27.5-inch wheel size. These are the sort of intermediate wheels between the 26-inch wheels, which have been the standard for mountain bikes for a long time, and the relatively new 29-inch wheels. So it kind of combines attributes from both wheels. It has the sort of agility to handle tight technical terrain that the 26-inch wheel can, and it can also roll over things pretty well like the 29-inch wheel can. So, and these tires right here, these are the CST Patrol tires, and they have a pretty good amount of tread and some good side knobs for off-road riding. Okay, so you can see that I've got the charger plugged into the side of the battery pack there, and charging time is about 4 to 6 hours. And so you can charge it on the bike there, and I've got the charger right here. This is about the size of a laptop charger, and it plugs into any normal wall outlet. And you can also charge the battery off of the bike, and I'll show that here in a second. Okay, you can see I've removed the battery pack from the frame. It's really easy to do. You just unlock it with the included keys, and it comes off the frame there, and you can see that I've got it hooked up to the charger, so you can take the battery inside for charging and storage. Alright, so that is the overview of the new IZIP E3 Peak from Currie Technologies. Make sure you check out the full review at electricbikereport.com.